What's going on, everyone? Justin here with Trading Cards and More, back with another video. Today we are not doing a live stream. This is probably the first video I've filmed in quite some time on the channel. It's just so much easier doing live streams, but it's kind of hard to screen record and do a stream at the same time, so I'm just doing this on my computer. As you can see on the screen, we're on COMC. I started selling on COMC May of 2020, kind of during the boom of the sports card market. I think I was on one of the podcasts, maybe it was Sports Card Investor, I'm not really sure. There was a guy on there talking about COMC and how great it was, you know, selling singles on there and everything. So I decided to take the plunge and sent a few hundred cards in. I think my first order was a few hundred cards. At that time, I think they had a 30 cents per card you would send them in, but they didn't get checked in for like 12 weeks. And I wanted to get them in the system pretty quick. So at 50 cents a card, your cards go in, and they were getting uploaded within 3 weeks of getting checked in. So pretty fast process overall. That's changed recently. They got rid of that option. I guess they just got bombarded. And now you have to pay $1 a card. And it takes 2 weeks to process them. That's kind of pricey for me, so I really don't want to send anything in at that level unless it's worth, you know, $10 or more, because you're knocking into your profits too much. But 50 cents a card, that option now is 16 weeks. So I'll go over these different things for you guys here. But when you send cards in, you just start a submission right here, and then it asks for your address and everything. I skipped over that, but basically you tell them how many cards you're going to send in, and they got to be in sellable condition and whatnot. So yeah, some of their services are not there anymore, but you can see this Elite 2 weeks, $2 a card. It's pretty darn pricey. That's for anything valued more than $50. I've sent cards that are more than $50, $100, and they've gone through the system just fine. If you do price it at $100, they'll charge you an extra $2. But they have this 2 weeks, $1 a card, maximum list price of $100, and then right here it says cards valued less than $50. It makes no sense. So yeah, I would go that route if you want to get them uploaded quick. Otherwise, the standard, you can see 50 cents a card, 16 weeks, which is crazy. I do have one shipment there. When I set it up, I didn't realize they had switched it over, so I have a order there that's not even going to get checked in until I think at the end of August, something like that, August or so, maybe September. It's going to be a while. So this kind of closed the doors for a lot of people, unfortunately. But lucky enough for me, I've been selling on there now for a year, and this is kind of a review. You can see my total asking price currently $13,300. That's for 1,122 cards. I do have some cards that I purchased that they're not for sale right now. Not sure what I'm going to do with those. You can use the money that you have. You can see I have some balance here. You can use that money to buy cards. You can use it to buy cards on Blowout, buy other cards up on the site, and you can just buy cards, resell them, and so on and so forth. All you have to pay is 5% to COMC. That's kind of what they want. They want people to buy a card on there, sell it to somebody else, then that person buys it, sells it to somebody else. They don't actually have to do anything, and every time a transaction happens, they're getting 5% of the transaction. So, but a lot of people like to buy cards on there and then have them shipped back to them, put them in their collection, you know, have the physical cards. So for them, then they have to ship them, and that causes a lot of backup and stuff. It's been taking them a little longer to get stuff back to the customers. So in the last year, I've sold 3,400 cards for just over $22,500. Not too bad. I mean, I was happy to break 20,000 in a year. I mean, especially my first year selling on here. I have purchased, it says 247 cards. Some of those I had sent back, and some of them I sent off to PSA or whatever. Can't do that right now with PSA being shut down. But yeah, you can buy cards on there, take them back, whatever. It says I've added almost 4,500 cards to the site. So that's, you know, my 3,400 here, and then I got another 1,100 on there, and so on. So not too bad. The fees to store your cards are really cheap. It says there's an enhanced security fee of $1.50, so that's like nothing. Basically, when you sell cards, they take 5% of it. If I want this money in just cash and I want them just to PayPal me the money, they do take 10% of it. So that's kind of the only downfall. It's still pretty nice though. I mean, if you sell a card for $10, they take 50 cents. That's $9.50, and then you take the $9.50 cash. They would take 95 cents out of it, so you get $8.55. So $8.55 out of a $10 transaction is, pretty decent considering you're not really doing any work. You just send them the cards. Basically what they do is they take images of the card. So it's basically a scan front and back, so then the person buying the card can see it and evaluate it. And that costs, the 50 cents a card when you send them in. And then after that, you just price your items out. So we'll go under Inventory Manager. You can see I just had some Derek Jeters get put into the system, so I priced those out. When you price them out, this is the price that people see right here, $21.49. But they do take a quarter off for shipping and handling, which I don't understand that. But so this is like your sale price, and that's what you get paid on. Just kind of dumb. It's just kind of more money that they take. But lots of downers that I opened, I sent in. So that's kind of a lot of the stuff that I sent in. It's just stuff that I opened that, like I opened here's an autograph of a Pokachevsky. I put $85 on that one. Another auto there. So whatever I open out of packs that I basically don't grade, and it's got enough value to it, I'll send it in here and just get that money flowing again and get it back into the next thing. I did send my Sapphire cards in. Spencer Torkelson here. A lot of these didn't check out because they had surface scratches, or factory lines rather. One thing I do notice is there some of the people that'll check these cards in or whatever, they'll mark them as like having scratches or whatever, and they'll have, you'll have to price them cheaper. This person put all my cards right into the system, didn't mark any of them or anything, just so it kind of sucks. It's kind of like PSA. It's, when you send cards in a PSA, one grader looks at it, oh, this is a 9, they give it a 9, and then the next grader gives it a 10. You know what I mean? So it's one person's opinion versus the other. It's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. Here's some autographs that I opened probably last year, and I had them sitting, decided to send them in. But yeah, I have over 1,100 cards in here right now. So if you want to see sales, you can go under here, view your sales. Just see some of the more recent ones. I sold a few Sapphires here, about just under $40 a card. You can see with their 5% that they took there, so it's still not too bad. And if we go down here, we can go all the way to the last page. They only put so many transactions on each page. I got 29 pages. We got that's not even last year, is it? Oh, it's going by year, 2021. I see it here. Oh, and it's telling me here, I never seen this before. So in 2020, I did 13,500. So far this year, I've done 10,000. And we're on month 5. So a couple $1,000s a month. It's pretty good. I've been happy with it. It's just unfortunate now that you can't send cards in for those lower price points and get your cards checked in quickly. So my first sale ever was on May 8th of 2020. These were like some low end cards. Here was a Tim Duncan rookie card that had a little damage on it. I don't know if it'll be able to show it on here. Probably sometimes on the scans you can't even see it, but had a bad corner. I've got it off eBay and it's like, oh, that corner's messed up. The guy gave me all my money back, so I got the card for free, essentially. Sent it to them and sold it for $7. So, and they do mark it. I mean, it was marked EX to near mint, so it's not a near mint card. at that point. There's a Tatum. There's some Kobe cards I got some good money for. So, like I said, this is my first few days on COMC. First time ever doing it. Just went into it not knowing what to expect, and I've been pretty happy with it overall, other than recently with them, kind of getting too bombarded to take my cards in. This one I got $40 for, the Duncan Metal. I was getting those for, I think even recently they were like $20, $25. Here's a Kobe I sold for $100. The Topps Kobe here. Just didn't check out as being gradable from what I recall. Otherwise, I would have easily sent that in. Of course, that card went up in price even more. It just went crazy. I was buying those like 3 years ago for like $2 a card, and then they just went insane. If you guys have never done COMC before, I just kind of wanted to show you, but check out Sports Card Collector Investor Dealer. He's got a pretty good video on this, how to use it and everything, send cards in, all that stuff. So I'm just kind of giving you guys a rundown. I've been on here for a year. I did 22,000, sent in, a handful of cards every month. Usually try to send in a box every month. I was sending in a couple hundred cards, 300 cards. Then more recently, I was sending more like 400 or 500 cards every month. And my typical, I would say my average sale is about $6-7, but I do send some more high-end stuff, and I send some stuff that goes for a few bucks. You really don't want to send anything really low end, because obviously it's costing you 50 cents just to have them scan the card. Here's an Ichiro rookie. I don't know why they marked that EX Denierment. Okay, maybe the edging here. I was buying a bunch of these for like $15 last year, $15 to $20 range, and this one I sold for $30, even in EX condition. The PSA 9s I was getting over $200, so I 10x my money on those. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to tell you, other than check out COMC. It's kind of like I said, now with them restricting the cards that are coming in, and they got so bombarded, it's gonna be a lot harder to make money on there, unfortunately. But lucky for me, I still got 1,100 cards there, 13,000. The sales have definitely slowed down. I've noticed in May, my sales have really just kind of hit the brake pedal. I don't know why. Even my eBay sales really started to retract, and I've done nothing different. All my prices are all the same they've always been. So I'm going to be running some auctions starting tomorrow. I might actually do a live stream showing those cards off when those cards are actually up for auction here. So you guys can check those out, because basically I'm just trying to get some money flowing in, because normally when I check in all these thousands of dollars in cards, stuff just flies off the shelf right away, and that wasn't the case this month for whatever reason. We show you some of the more recent sales here, but and it's been a lot of this low end $2, $3 cards. Here's a Luka Doncic, sold for $10.50. I got that at a card show for I think $5. That was in one of my videos, and just lots of random stuff here, but stuff is selling, but it's just not as much volume as selling right now. It's kind of a bummer, but you're gonna have ups and downs and everything. I think people are just getting out more now, and the weather's getting warmer, and people aren't spending as much time on the computer, just sitting there buying cards and stuff. So yeah, any questions you guys have, let me know in the comments. COMC first year thoughts. Good way to sell off your cards and not have to do a lot of work. I mean, I'll send them 500 cards, and you gotta think, if you're gonna sit there and individually list those on eBay or any other platform, you gotta take photos, you gotta list them, the price, you're gonna have to stamp an envelope of all of them, and just hours and hours and hours of work. And here you just literally put them in a box, send them off to them, they do all the work, they sell all the cards, they ship them to the customers or whatever, and the money goes into your account, and you're looking at, in a month, I might spend 4 hours on this, and I'm pulling in a couple $1,000, like I said, a month. So when you think of hourly rate here, you're doing pretty good if you know what you're doing. And just, to me, I don't have any workers. I don't hire anybody. I like systems like this where it just kind of runs itself, and you can just rake in the money. It has its ups and downs. Everything does, but I think COMC's been pretty good to me. Hopefully they get kind of caught up on everything, and I can start sending them in cards again and not waiting 16 weeks for the cards to check in. I think it just, like everything's just gone crazy, and everyone's getting backed up. But I think eventually it'll start to get back to normal. But who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you in the next one.